Okay, here we go, folks. Get ready. You're about to see some basketball action on SPSN. Huron River Rat style. As those River Rats take the court, we're going to come over here to the table and introduce you to my broadcast partner, Soleil Pope. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing today?
I am excellent. We got Dexter versus Huron, and I am so thankful you're able to join us at the table tonight. What did you find out a little bit about what we might see tonight?
Well, definitely some discipline on the court. Coach talked a lot about the starting five coming out and having that discipline and really looking to step into that Huron way and get back to the Breslin Center.
Man, they did, they opened with the loss to Warren, and then Tuesday night they came back and had that, well, it wasn't even a game. It was more like a scrimmage, and they just blew Bedford out of the water. We had a running clock before the end of the game. I'm hoping for a very good contest tonight, even though last 2 years it really hadn't been that much of a contest when these two teams have got on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, Dexter's a team that they really look to take over every time they come out on the court. And, I mean, their last matchup was earlier this year, so I think tonight will be a game for Dexter to either step up to the plate or Huron's going to take it.
Well, I know you got a chance to sit down with the coach before the game, and Coach Mo Schultz shared with you some ins and outs of what he was thinking about. Why don't we go to that interview right now, and then we'll come back and set the table for this game.
Coach, can you tell me a little bit about this team and this season, and what are some expectations that you guys have?
We have 3 returning starters, and Dominic, who transferred here this year, and a young group, a hungry group of guys that played JV for us last year that are ready to step in and play complementary roles to our 4 seniors. Our goals are to win a state championship this year. We went to Breslin last year, the Final Four, and we're looking to build off of that success.
And I know you guys talk a lot about the Huron way. Is that continuing coming into this season?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Huron way is not going anywhere anytime soon. What we really try to do is make sure that we model that every single day for our players, and that they reinforce it and hold each other accountable to our standards.
And going into tonight's game against Dexter, you guys haven't met up since last January. So tonight, what's the game plan going into that?
They look a lot better than they were last year. I think we've improved as well. One game at a time. This is going to be a great test for us. Very smart team that's disciplined and well coached. So we're going to play our brand of basketball just like we did Tuesday and see where it goes.
What are some key players that will help you guys win this game?
Well, of course, Makari Moore, Dominic, Jaden Kiefer, Caleb Brown, and Caden Morning. That's our starting 5. We feel like we have 6 starters with Nate Sidney as well, and some other guys that can help step up. Those are the guys that we really rely on, those 4 seniors. And again, it comes back to us playing complementary basketball, and that's what we want to do.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, that was a great interview. Loved it, Soleil. Man, I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep you around. You're just good. All right, that was setting the table. We'll come back with our starting lineups after these quick breaks. All right, folks? You're watching Sports Production Network.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
I'm gonna tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard. Today,
high school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school, and we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So here's our perspective to make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and yell during games, but we all make mistakes.
It makes the game more enjoyable when we hear you cheering positively.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling at an official, remember that you are representing our school.
As much as we want to win, just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with their coaches. They have a tough job.
You can support them by accepting their decisions.
And being thankful for all the time they have devoted to making us better.
Showing empathy and support to everyone involved is important.
Remember, you are the ones that set the example.
Thanks for coming to our games, taking us to practice, and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We
Couldn't do it without you.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
Sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
we believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers.
Helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective. We believe that parents should always be positive role models
And be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect for all those involved in the game.
Enjoy the game.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
In life, things aren't scripted.
For a score, a schedule, a story, MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place. Looking for
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back to the Riverdome. We got our starting lineups just about to get announced by Scott Offerman. Scott's got that hat over there at the scorer's table. We're going to get a shot of him. He's got on a Kango that he better not let sit down, because I might grab that sucker. All right, first off for the Dexter Dreadnoughts, Coach Jason Rosson's squad is 2-0. They're going to start off with Jack DeMore at guard, Scott Simpson in the backcourt, as well in the front court, I should say. William Simpson in the front court, Ben Murphy in the backcourt, and Jake Meeker. For the River Rats, we're probably going to see these guys. We've seen them many multiple times. Dom is going to start off at guard. Then we'll have Jaden Kiefer inside. We'll have Caleb Brown in the backcourt along with KG Morning. And then, of course, Mr. Mac Moore. Let's shut up now for the national anthem. But now, let's hear. I gave you the starting lineups, but I can't give you the energy that this young guy over at the table is about to give us.
Starting at forward, number 11, Scott Smith. Starting at guard, number 22, Ben Murphy. And starting at center, number 24, William Simpson.
Yeah, looking at those jerseys, they got some old school jerseys, no name on the front or the back. They look like almost, you know, substitute jerseys at practice.
Scrimmage jerseys.
Yeah.
Starting at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 30, Caden Morning.
Yeah, Morning had a great game last time, Soleil. He put in a lot of numbers on the score sheet, even in the on the rebounding for a guard, getting 3 rebounds. He was doing a great job. Now Brown, that was his best game. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Krasoliak, I mean, he's a transfer in from Romulus Summit. His home opener dropped 16 points. That's the only time we're going to hear his name called is Jaden Kiefer. We're going to drop his nickname on you folks tonight. And now, the guy, Mac Moore. Man, is this your first time watching Mac play?
I've seen a little bit of Mac play now.
Okay, yeah. He's definitely, he puts it on display every time he's on the court. This year, he's battling back from a high ankle sprain that he had late in the spring. So really, this is only his third or fourth real competitive action. Let's see tonight if he can slow down on some of those turnovers, because he's been anxious the last couple of days. The Dreadnoughts will win this tip. Huron will come out in there. It looks like it's a matchup zone because Mac isn't following the player through. Now they are playing a man. Size-wise, both teams, they look about the same height out here, folks. That shot is up and off the glass. And Scott Smith with the first bucket for the Dreadnoughts. This is where Mac can really do some work right inside. Good job, though, coming over. Smith 2 times on the block there, Soleil.
Yeah, and I think that's what Coach talked about, getting more to the basket, driving to the basket, and being able to set other players up as well.
There's a fadeaway that just did not have enough air on it, and that ball will get tipped off of Scott Smith, and that'll turn the ball over to the River Reds. You know, even last game, the River Reds got off to a slow start. They were down 4-0 before they busted the game wide open. There's Dom on his first tray. He knew that one was short. And Dexter taking their time to set up a set play. Caleb Brown, one of the top defenders for Huron. He was out there shadowing number 2, Richner. Smith is aggressive tonight going to the lane. That's his third shot he put up. Only successful one time, though. There's Mac. Mac Moore from the side. And just like you were saying, he gets the ball inside, got it right back.
Yeah, and I think that's what the coach is looking for tonight, to get that edge going into this game tonight for them.
He's got that all-around game, too. That's something Huron, you know, they definitely don't have a lot of the length as they did last year, but they're quick. And that's just like that. That transition bucket right up the court, and didn't even really set that play.
Yeah, and he's one of those players that are willing to take those fast breaks, get down the court, and he can do it.
Good set play back door, and that was set up by Jack DeMure, coming in and setting a screen to free up Smith. Smith with his second bucket. A lot of lane there for Mac to work inside. Nice soft runner off the glass. Huron playing real clean ball right now, no fouls yet, and no turnovers once they get it on that offensive end. There's a missed rebound by Mac. He's bringing it up. And just as I said it, it's always going to be, folks, that announcer's jinx. I said they didn't have any turnovers. What happens the next time up court, right?
I think it was a bit of a jinx from you.
Huron with some soft pressure. We know they can dial it up at any time they need to. There's an open shot, 3, just a little long there from Murphy. But Smith, man, he's really showing his size down low. And we got him at 6'4". He's playing like 6'7".
Yeah, I think definitely 6'7", getting that body in there and making that move.
And he did a good job of keeping the ball on the opposite side of his body. KG with a fadeaway, just a little bit long. You see Dominic, he was just riding him on the hip and made that shot a little bit difficult. man. Oh, man. He's feeling himself tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Dom does. He gets all on that three-point line and knocks them down. It just takes a minute for him probably to warm up.
And he didn't take that long to warm up either. That one first shot, you know, a little bit long. That second one, he got himself into the rhythm, though, with those dribbles and set himself up nice with that rocker step to the shot. Ooh, a little bit of body there, no call. Like the way the refs are letting him play here early. A lot of contact down low. Fighting for that rebound was Keeper. Look at Dom. See, he's got a good handle on that rock. A lot of contact. I was wondering if they were going to draw a call. Six-man coming in is Nate Sidney, number 2. Super sophomore. I saw him play football. His dad played basketball over at Ann Arbor Pioneer, and he's actually on the coaching staff as well. Dexter's moving around pretty quick, and they're decisive on their passes as well as their shots when they get in that offensive zone.
Yeah, and I think Huron's being a little delayed with those switches and those passes being a little bit quick defensively.
Good point. KG got himself down there with the bigs and didn't have anywhere to go. Almost a turnover for the Riverettes. And that defensive pressure, I think, caused that. Quickly up court goes the Riverettes, and that'll precipitate a timeout from Coach Rustic. Man, so late, just like you were saying, though, the transition for the Riverettes, getting up and down, creating easy buckets.
Yeah, definitely creating easy buckets for them, but I think defensively they don't want it to catch up to them because Dexter's moving pretty fast as well with them.
And maybe that's something that Coach Mo was talking about in that huddle. He did bring in, he took out his #1 defensive player in Caleb Brown, and then he comes in with Nate Sidney. Let's see if they come out anything different as far as just playing man-to-man. Maybe they're going to press up on this zone, trapping a little bit more to speed the tempo up. I guess Dexter doesn't need any names on their shirts if they're playing like this. I like the way they came out tonight. Oh, that did go back court. We're right here at center court, folks. We can see that bird's eye view. Huron did kind of press up a little bit more, a little bit extra pressure that time, right?
Yeah.
And that looks like that's going to be 15, Jake Gurnett coming in. Gurnett was busy behind the three-point line last game. Baseline nets, good fake there by King. He set it up, and King really has more of a set shot. That's a throwback shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good fake, good shot. Way to set up.
As long as it goes through the nets, right?
Right.
A lot of trust in Coach Mo by going to the bench here early. And maybe because those starters were a little bit lackadaisical, like you were saying, that defensive pressure just wasn't there.
Yeah, and I think making those adjustments early will actually help them get that start.
And not since maybe, I would say 2 or 3 minutes ago, has Dexter had a clean possession. The Riverettes are now jumping in the passing lane and making every time they touch the ball is oh so difficult.
Yeah, and I have to say that's definitely something Coach probably talked about in that huddle is pressure, putting on that pressure defensively. And I mean, we can see it playing out right now with Dexter's offense.
And you see when these players come in off the bench, they're hungry to stay on the floor. So, hey, starters, watch out. You might have some guys on the second team trying to take your spot. That'll be a second call on Dexter, and I think that's going to be attributed to Andrew Bordston. I have Brown coming back in with more. I was telling you before the game, you know, Coach Mo doesn't really go deep into the bench. But he's got so many new pieces. He's really trying to figure out where every player fits. We know where he does.
Yeah.
Mac just takes people in the lane, and with his big body, he can just push him off with just a little elbow here, maybe just a little bit of a nudge there, and he gets a clean shot. But this first quarter is under a minute to go, folks, and it's really been the second half of this first quarter all Huron defense. I think that was a little bit of contact with Sidney on the shot because Mac looked like he got that one clean. That second one to be off. Clock is not there. It goes. I thought I was looking over. I thought playing tricks on me. The clock was not moving. Only 30 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. All River Rats, really the second half of this first quarter. Look at Matt.
That's definitely a good look by Mac to be able to do that and pass that to Brown.
How did he see him down there? He was just covered up top.
Yeah,
and Brown flashed at the right time.
And that's that IQ and seeing the floor fully.
I don't even think they knew what the clock was running down there. It looked like the player number 2, Richner, was just dribbling the ball out. And even his side on his bench didn't even help him out. So, folks, that will do it for our first quarter. 19-8, the River Rats take the early lead in this game. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Know your best sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Dexter trailing Huron by 11 points. Soleil, what do you think about what you saw that first quarter?
Huron definitely has been making a way for themselves. I think mostly defensively. They came out of that timeout being able to put on that much pressure needed against Dexter, and I think, as you can see, it's working well for them.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. You know, it really opened up that the basket when the defense turned into an easy offense for Huron. And not off a lot of real steals, but this right here. Defensive pressure causing turnovers, and that's the first real easy bucket we've seen from Dexter in a while. Mac driving right through the lane, slicing right through. Iron unkind. He doesn't really see that happen too often in his house. Dexter, they haven't gone to Smith in a long time. He was doing some work early down low. They've gone away from that.
Yeah, but I think that comes with the defense that they had.
I agree. Making it tough. Yeah, oh, wow. I want to see that one again because that one kind of looked like it went right off of the Dexter's player's leg. But Well, we'll try to fix out those replay systems. I got Cameron doing about 9 different things over here as a director tonight, folks. So I apologize if we had that little blip come in. We'll get the replays fixed at halftime, though. Almost a 5-second call. Oh! I think Mac was already thinking about how he was going to dunk it on that one. What's his nickname? You remember his nickname?
I gotta remember. Jay Shifty. Yeah. They said that's his exclusive name.
It's one of the two. We're going to figure it out. But, yeah, that's the one we were trying to drop on y'all folks. And you can see why. He was slick to the rack that time. Wow. Just busting through those screens was KG. Great defense there by Caden. The long hands of arms of all of the players from the Riverettes getting in that shot. And right back up to Euro from Dom. He didn't give up on that play at all.
Yeah, that was a really good step by him and a good tip inside.
Huron is not afraid to take 1 or 2 dribbles, and then they're looking up court every single time. Transition buckets. Wow, that's going to be a foul on Matt. That was one of the lightest calls that we've seen so far tonight.
Yeah, I think that was like a hint of contact.
Yeah, I mean, I know Mac is a big player. And certain times, big players, they don't get the benefit of the doubt, that Shaq effect. Dexter trying to get around, a lot of dribbling, not the ball moving through passing that time. Short distance pass, and that's going to be Dwarkston on the hoop. Oh, look at Sydney. Oh, they're going to call that inside. You know what we need? We need the smiley face in high school basketball under the basket, because I think that guy was right under the hoop.
Yeah, I think the same.
That'll be Sydney's second foul, so he'll have to take a seat. Mack will come back in after a quick break. Be on the floor with King, Dom, Kiefer, and Brown in the back. Well, just similar to the first quarter, Dexter starts off well, and then that Huron defense sets in.
Yeah.
Good thing for Huron. Anybody can bring it up the court. Good job of finding the open man there from Kiefer right over to Dom, and he was just sitting on that 3-point line.
Yeah, and I think they use those fast breaks, they use that to their advantage with the transition to be able to set up people for those shots like that.
And they can go inside or outside. We've seen them go all the way to the rack, and now we're seeing them step behind the 3-point line. Coach Mack, Coach Mo, you can see him in there. He got the attention, I think, of his players at that early timeout, because since then, you've seen that Riverette intensity that we've grown to see and accustomed to seeing, especially here on this home floor.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for their 9th straight home win tonight. I think that says a lot for, what they want. And this is a team that went to the Breslin Center. They're coming each game harder and harder and harder to get back there.
Yeah, they're building to not just the conference, not just the city championship. They got bigger, loftier goals ahead. But to get there, they got to get through these kind of games. And these early season games, it helps formulate a lot of team bonding, knowing where your player's going to be at when you're on those breaks, knowing who you can depend on if you're a coach as well too.
Yeah, and Coach talked a lot about that in the interview, about how he had to make a lot of adjustments this year with some of the players. So I think getting those kinks out now will definitely help them.
Huron now coming out in 100% full court defense. Oh, that's the wrong place to pick up the rock. You never want to pick up the rock right by the timeline, because this could happen. That was a little bit too much contact from Brown, though. He'll get the foul. That player went down kind of hard on the play. He's grabbing both his neck and his back. Looks like that is Jack Meeker, senior, 6'2" guard. So why don't we take a quick break while they attend to him, and we'll be right back here with more action, folks.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a
I'm
lot
not
out
sure
of
what's
it.
going on there, dang.
It happens in
'Cause
every
it's grabbing.
town, in every game.
We never have a perfect
Yeah, because it
game,
should be going
but
back to the same
the
clip,
rewards
or you know what we
always
might have to do
outweigh
is
the
set the
negativities.
replays to the camera. Did you go? We'll do it at halftime. All right, come back.
In life, things aren't scripted.
All right, folks, we're back, and the injured player is to the sideline. Huron did catch a foul on that one. That was going to be Brown's first one, team third foul. River Rats extending their defense out, and Dexter being very patient this time. Actually, they're spreading the floor out a little bit better.
Yeah, they're definitely making Huron move around with that defense.
That rebound will be corralled in by Mack. He'll take it up, and nice smooth finger roll. A lot of steps going on inside. I think that was King on the block. Swinging around the dime. I don't know if he really wanted backboard on that shot.
A little,
I wouldn't have tried. That was a bad angle.
Yeah, I think a little bit of the symmetry probably was off.
Was the door open back there in the corner or something? I don't know, but yeah, that shot was a little bit off. Yeah, you can definitely see a little bit more patience and fluidness out of that offense from Dexter, even though they didn't make that bucket. Mack is wasting no time tonight. He is being aggressive. Speaking with his dad, Marcus, before the game, we're trying to figure out when is he going to be the all-time scorer at Huron. I mean, based on the night, he might get that record soon.
Well, I mean, he's the Ann Arbor Player of the Year, and he's All-State, so I don't think it would be hard for him to get that.
Yeah, and he's eating up and feasting on this competition here locally. That's why Coach Mo has all of these games scheduled on Saturday. I think this is going to be one of their last home games. No, they got like 8 or 9 road games in a row coming up. They're not even going to be home for the month of January, it seems like. Tough scheduling to, like you say, get them prepared in case they do make it all the way to that Final Four. They've been in tough places around the state.
Yeah.
That three-pointer was dropped in there by Ben Murphy. Huron still up 16 here. Well, 19 here.
That's one of those shots he was definitely ready for in the corner and set himself up.
Yeah, but I tell you, Ryan does not. We got to put some tape up under his jump shot. He is on the floor. That's a set shot to me. Missing in the passing lane was Makari, but a little bit long on the shot was Dexter, and that'll be a timeout, River Rats. Yeah, we've seen the way that Huron, when they get the ball in the offensive court, Dexter is not really giving them any bodies in front of them before they get inside that lane.
Yeah, and I mean that speaks to how fast and how quick Huron is moving.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe athletically Huron is maybe a step up. Dexter did come out with some fire though in that first quarter. I just think that just the overall talent level right now is just wearing on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Huron made some wholesale changes, and that precipitated that timeout. KG's back in. We see Kiefer out there, Garnett, and King is going to be on the court, Ryan, with Makari Moore. Great hezzy dribble there by KG. Couldn't finish though. Oh man, Makari. these guys pass the ball.
I think that's the Huron way.
And I like you saying that because you saw it came off of a turnover. 4 people touched the rock, and then Garnett just steps right into the 3-piece. Good backdoor cut, but was right there waiting on him as King, and both players go to the floor. Great job by both teammates going over there and hustling and helping them out. And going to the line for 2 will be Ben Murphy. We saw him drop a 3 in a couple possessions ago. Let's see what he's got at the foul line. Coming back into the game is going to be Jack Demure. And he'll hit both of them. No. I jinxed him. I'm good for these jinxes tonight. Wow, that was an NBA range. A little bit long there on the shot from Kiefer. I think now we're entering the final minute of the first half. It really is just the difference of the defense creating the offense right now for Huron.
Yeah, and I think they've kind of slowed up that tempo because of Dexter and their offense, but I think Huron is kind of making their way to be able to make those adjustments.
Yeah, they had that one layup, but they haven't done this. They haven't gotten inside. Good to see the effort there out of Smith. Still not successful, but that's what they got away from that was successful early in this game, was going down low in the paint to Smith. He has a little bit of a height advantage over most of the River Reds. Now with 32 seconds. Oh, good set play coming in off of the side in. I wonder if Dexter wants to hold it for 1. Nope. Kind of a rush shot. That might be off of Moore's legs, I think, because he was out of bounds already. Trying to politic for the call. And Coach Russin, I can hear him all the way on the other side of the court. He's asking for them to hold it for 1 shot. Oh, sick pass there. Inside, almost a turnover. That's a nice shot. Huron has 4 seconds to see if Makari notices it. He takes a running 3-pointer, just a bit long, and that will do it for the first half, folks. Huron had no problems really in that first half, so
yeah, I think making that adjustment in that first quarter on that defense and coming back out, I mean, they've been up ever since. So I think they made really good adjustments, and we'll see what they do offensively in the second half.
Well, folks, we'll take a quick break. Well, actually, let's keep it right here. I'll just get off the mic. Let's just keep it on these cheerleaders because they're about to do their halftime performance. We got to give them some love, too.
My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school, and we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So here's our perspective to make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and yell during games, but we all make mistakes.
It makes the game more enjoyable when we hear you cheering positively.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling at an official, remember that you are representing our school.
As much as we want to win, just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with their coaches. They have a tough job.
You can support them by accepting their decisions
and being thankful for all the time they have devoted to making us better.
Showing empathy and support to everyone involved is important.
Remember, you are the ones that set the example.
Thanks for coming to our games, taking us to practice, and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't
do it without you.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
Sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
we believe students in the stand should have fun,
But not take focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers.
Helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
And be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect for all those involved in the game.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to like experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful. If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Or a schedule, a story, MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place. Looking for a
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
I'm gonna tell be about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school, and we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So here's our perspective to make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and yell during games, but we all make mistakes.
It makes the game more enjoyable when we hear you cheering positively.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling at an official, remember that you are representing our school.
As much as we want to win, just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with their coaches. They have a tough job.
You can support them by accepting their decisions.
And being thankful for all the time they have devoted to making us better.
Showing empathy and support to everyone involved is important.
Remember, you are the ones that set the example.
Thanks for coming to our games, taking us to practice, and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We
couldn't do it without you.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
Sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers.
Helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect for all those involved in the game.
Enjoy the game.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
All right, folks, and welcome back here to the game. It was a quick halftime. We saw a great halftime show. What were some of the high scores in the first half?
Well, we definitely had Mac, of course, with 11 points. We had Dom with 10 points. And then for Dexter, we had Murphy at 8 and Smith with 6. So we'll soon to see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, I'm probably going to see a couple more people getting into the double figures. So let's go to Tom and get this game going on. And second half action getting ready to begin. Dexter will take possession to start the second half. And that's what they did in the first half, getting right down inside. Unfortunately, that's just what we've seen a lot of since the beginning of the game. So,
yeah, I'm hoping that Huron can bring that tenacity back that they're having.
Let's see, that's inside, just bouncing off. Dexter remain in possession. NC getting up court, Mack has the rock, taking it back up. And let's see. And Mack drawing all of that attention with the kick out to Kiefer. Easy put back in there by Dom. And like you were saying, Soleil, it's really that defense. The defense is bringing into that offense. That'll be a turnover for Dexter. Huron will take possession. KG up top. Oh, look, a lot of contact. KG a rock into the shot and drop it like it's hot.
Bit of a backup off me and a good shot.
And that's one thing that Huron didn't do that much in the first half, was get going beyond the three-point. I think we only saw 3 of them drop, but they're capable of really heating it up beyond the arc. Dexter with not a lot of movement going on right now, a lot of one-on-one play. Got to get up on him, KG. Get that 5 count, almost got it there. Now they're moving it around the paint. Still not getting that ball inside. That Huron defense has been stellar.
Yeah, I think this is, well.
Yeah, third. That's the third one. I'm going to call it the third jinx. Somebody come over here and zip my lips closed when I want the Huron Riverettes to do something well. And there's a rock step back shot. I think that's going to be Dom's little thing because he's got so much size and length. You know, he's shooting right over the top of the people.
Yeah, I think with that size, he definitely has an advantage to be able to be inside and shoot that on the outside.
Here's a nice pass. I think that was an in-between lob. And as an ex-quarterback, he threw a little bit too much heat on that pass, KG, trying to find Dom. I think Dom was wanting it up in near the rack.
Yeah.
Dexter, that might be a 5-second call. There's a lot of defense there by Mack, causing the turnover. Whoa! Whoa! I thought he was going to call that one down.
Yeah, I thought I was going to see a dunk just now.
A lot of movement up top with the rock, but KG just laid it in over the rack. Inside. Nice pass and reverse layup. I think he'll get that one to Smith on the follow-up. That was a great move there. I like the way that getting inside number 2 did with that shot. Finger roll kind of backwards was Gabe Richner. That was a heat check.
Yeah.
It was a heat check. Yeah, you know, because KG, he came down. First it was Caden with the little left-handed finger roll. Then we thought he was going to jam it. And then he was just feeling himself a little bit too much. You can see the defense intensity has turned down for the Riverettes. You know, both hands by the waist, not up in the passing lane, and that's giving some confidence for Dexter to attack the rack.
Yeah, and I mean, Dexter has kind of wanted to slow that down to set up their offense a little bit more, and I think they've been able to do that, but I don't think that will work out well for Huron if they don't pick that back up.
Yeah, Huron plays best with that up-tempo style, kind of frantic. That's their wheelhouse. Now working inside is Mack, driving in between, and man, that was a scoop shot from way down low. Man, I don't know what we did with our replay system tonight, folks. We really just janked it up. We'll figure it out, though. And Nate on one-on-one, a lot of one-on-one. No movement out of anybody, really. Coming inside and losing control of the ball was Kiefer, finding him in the corner. Mack to Dom, downtown. I wonder how many times we're going to say that this year. Mack to Dom. Now going strong inside was Smith. You know, Smith really has taken a back seat since the opening minutes of this game.
Yeah, he was definitely coming out strong for Dexter.
Huron working it around. Sidney comes inside. Got pushed a little bit. You can see the quickness out of that young man. He's built low. He's got some real tree trunk legs. Inbound, you can see that as a good view there. Sidney could not finish, and then second time, I don't even think Smith got off his feet. He just blocked that one standing. I think they're going to get Garnett on the foul there. And going to the line is Jack Dumerel. Heard a lot about him coming into this game. Hadn't seen it though. I mean, they were talking about this guy as the one guy that is a big-time scorer, and actually we've seen a lot more play down low from Smith. He'll connect on both of them. That'll make it 31-53. Sidney is just strong, finishing, and he took all of that contact. That's what I was talking about, that he's built from the ground up. It really absorbed that contact and finished well.
Yeah, he's been able to really get inside. I've seen him try a lot of times to get that ball inside, and he was able to draw that contact, so that's good for them.
Well, he'll go to the line trying to hit the conventional three after the ref had him fix his jersey. Jersey was hanging out. Unable to finish it, but yeah, good job of getting his hands inside there. Unfortunately, Dexter remained possession with it. Quick shot. Nobody down low for Dexter. Oh, is that an ankle breaker?
A little shake and bake.
You know, the last time Sidney had the ball, though, he has people bouncing off of him because he is a wide receiver running back. And it looked like that the Dexter defender got out of the way. And this one is going to go on Sidney, I believe. Actually, check that. They're going to give that one to King. Shooting, so it'll be 2 shots for the Dreadnoughts. Cheerleaders helped out with that miss. Kiefer will take a break as Dom comes back in off the bench. It's hard in this gym when the cheerleaders start screaming because it's a dome. So all the sound just comes right down on top of you, even though successful on that second shot was Richner. That's some speed right there. Unfortunately, a little bit wild on the pass. Defensive effort there by the Dreadnoughts is rewarded. Turnover for Huron. .90 seconds remaining here in the third. I want to appreciate you folks tuning in tonight on this very, very frigid Friday evening. I'll be happy when we get to Monday because I hear we might get to 50 degrees again before we drop back down to 20.
With Michigan, it goes up and down.
Yeah, just hopefully you folks are being safe out there, sitting at home with a big thing of popcorn and whatever your favorite beverage is and enjoying this game. Wow, I've never seen Sidney do that. Didn't know he had that in the repertoire. Because he has a big toolbox. I mean, we've seen him drive. We've seen him play some stellar defense. Why not drop a three-pointer in? And see, that's what I'm talking about. When he touches people, he hurts people.
Bulldozer.
Yeah, he's thick. I mean, he got his hand in there, and the Dexter player is taking his time getting up next to us, and I think that is Ben Murphy. Sidney, no hurt, no foul for him. I mean, he took the foul, but he was like, yeah. I bounce off of folks all the time. Never like to see a player get hit in the head, though, and it looks like what they're checking on this player. Why don't we take a quick break while they get things sorted out over here on the sideline. Huron's up 58-32.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important to treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that.
Oh, really?
Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be
There's no
nice
batteries
to
to charge up. Maybe he does have it turned off.
Cheer them on. Always play fair.
Okay, after this
It's the
commercial,
right
we'll
thing
come
to
back.
do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the Riverdome. Huron up 58-32. Final minute of the third period. Premier is in the game for the injured player. Murphy takes a seat after taking a ding from Nate Sidney. I had an over-under on how many times I was going to call Nate Ryan, because his dad, I've seen his dad grow up, so I was calling him the first game, Ryan. I apologize to both of them after the game, and hopefully I'm doing a better job over there, Nate. That three-pointer is knocked down by Bill Simpson. William Simpson, as his mom calls him, though. Final shot, Huron setting it up. Sidney does not take the screen. He'll step back three-pointer, a little bit long. Still time for a shot if Dexter hurries. That ball was tipped out of bounds. And did they call him? What did they call on that? Oh, just a side out. This is no fouls time for Huron. Just let him take a heave shot. Oh, good play. I like the play, not the results. So that'll do it for our third period, folks. We'll take a quick break with Huron up 58-35. And now we get back to action, folks. Beginning of the fourth quarter. Huron up big, 58-35. Soleil, that third quarter, what did you think of it?
I think it was a bit quiet from both sides on the third quarter. I think Huron was able to make some moves, but they kind of slowed down with that defense. But I think that opened up the floor for Dexter to be able to be patient on that offense.
The Dreadnoughts come out with the same five that they ended that quarter with. Huron out here with Dom, Mack, actually the starters on the court. Mack coming through, that ball get deflected, it'll stay Huron possession. Those cheerleaders got so much energy, they never slow down. I keep looking over thinking I'm hearing just a track. No, these young ladies are putting in work. Dom showing off his handles, a D1 prospect, and a drop over to Brown on the cut. Caleb has not missed too many shots tonight. Standing man-to-man defense. And as you said, that third quarter, it took a lot of life out of the Dreadnoughts. I think they maybe did I thought Mack might do a rim rack. He'll just lay it in, though. But yeah, like you were saying, Sully, I think they did a little bit too much looking at the scoreboard and thinking we can't get back into this because there wasn't any opportunities like that driving. A lot of passing on the outside of the perimeter of this Huron D. Well, Huron actually is going to be back in action tomorrow. As I said, Coach Mo put together a really tough schedule. They're going to be playing University of Detroit Prep at the winter shootout over at Novi. We'll bring that game for you too tomorrow. Looking forward to that, to see some different type of competition than Huron's been played the last 2 games. And I don't know anything about University Prep. So I know that the D-Zone, one of the publications that covers high school sports in the area, they have them ranked in the top 100. And just to give you some perspective, folks, Huron is ranked top 10. So we'll see. You never know at these shootouts, too. On Saturday morning, that's the kind of basketball I grew up on, Saturday morning basketball. Again, Dexter's not being able to find anybody inside in the paint. Now the dribble drop, and that's going to be a foul on Brown from the back. Going up strong was William Simpson. He'll be rewarded with 2 shots at the line. The Riverette cheerleaders know exactly when to turn on the gas. Didn't bother Simpson at all that time, though. Knocks down the first one. A little long on the second one. He'll split the pair. Rebounded by Brown. Sidney into the game now. He'll find Brown, who just cuts his way through the teeth of that defense. Unsuccessful though. Good look up top to Smith on the shot. Hadn't seen any transition out of Dexter since maybe they got off the bus.
Yeah, but Dexter definitely pushed up that defense a little bit more, but that's creating a lane though for Huron to get that drive.
Wow, nice double clutch pump and finish there by Caleb Brown. And now Dexter's doing what we were talking a little bit about in that third quarter. They're finding people inside the paint. Simpson again. Keeper, nothing but net. Ooh.
Jay Shifty.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. You hit it right on the button. He shifted his way over to that corner, and they knew where to find him. That ball was past Chris, right into his shooting wheelhouse. Rolls right up and followed through. Good shot there. 37-point difference right now for the Riverettes over their opponents, and yeah, this is the time that coach can go deep in the bench. He can get a couple rewards some of the players that have been playing defense against some of the starters, and really, again, like you were saying from your conversation with Coach Mo, figure out what he's got, because he's going to have to count on some of these players at some point in the season.
Yeah, and I mean, even going into tomorrow, that's a game that you have already going towards tomorrow. So you have to be able to make those adjustments quick and soon, and knowing what you got on the bench and what you got on the court.
And quick turnaround game. That's something that the coaches like to do with their players, you know, mentally as well as physically. I mean, they're going to have to go home, take a quick nap, and get back up here to the school at noon to ride over to Northville. And we got wholesale changes for the Riverettes. Sydney's going to be out there with Garnett, Shifty J, I like that, King, and we have Moore out there as well. Willis, I'm sorry, Brandon Willis, number 5. I think one of the conversations in that huddle for Huron was, folks, we're letting them get inside in the paint. That's third possession in a row that Dexter's got inside. They've been successful. That's a trend that you don't want to continue. Even with the score like this, like you're saying for tomorrow's game and future games, you want to play tough all 4 quarters. Sidney found himself in the land of the trees. Turns that ball over as Dexter comes up court. And this has been successful for Simpson. That time a little bit long on that floater. And Sidney is just a good player, smart player. And who's that in the corner?
Jay Shifty?
Yeah, Jay Shifty finds his well house. Jay Shifty with another 3-piece. Bad pass there on the cut from Bordston. And now coming new into the game, I think that's Joey Kuntz. Haven't seen him out there yet. And that'll give Kiefer a seat on the bench. And yeah, everybody's earned some extra Gatorade over there on that Huron bench. They've done well. And now you're seeing a good movement from this second group of offense. They're moving that ball around.
Yeah, and you want that with those players that are on the bench to be in those type of situations, because when the opportunity arises, I mean, you have to be ready for it.
Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Sidney. I mean, again, it was a great pass, though. Love the pass out to Garnett. I mean, because he was ready for the shot. He knocked it down. Sidney just sometimes, I think he's a victim of the size. I mean, that was a regular basketball play to me, folks. Inside, a lot of contact, and it's almost a lob. Inside. Wider. Linder at the line. He was one of those big linemen that Dexter brought over here and spanked Huron when they played him in football. I think there's a little payback. This will actually be Dexter's first loss on the season, and their actually first conference loss. Huron, after beating up on Bedford, will go 2-0 in the conference. And that has to be on Coach Moe's mind. Last year, they not only dropped a game to Saline, but they dropped 2 games to Pioneer, their arch rival, and it cost them the conference title. Get a shot at Pioneer next Tuesday. Bring that game to you as well, folks. A lot of hands inside. Is that what they call getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar? You can blow that whistle on me every day. Marvin Fox coming into the game, 33, and I think that's Kinley Poole, number 12. We're gonna have to check his number because I said Marvin Fox last time was 12, and then coach says, nah, that's 33. So coach is always right. Just got to figure out who. And there's Fox right there in the corner. That's not your spot. That's Jay Shifty's spot, baby.
I think he wanted a taste of it.
He tried to. Marvin Fox, the third, would be on the foul there. Good sportsmanship helping up Dreadnought. Huron up 40 now in the final, 2:15 on the clock. For Coach Rustin and his squad, he might have been, I would have tried to maybe switch up a little early and bring some of these bigs in, right? Getting to the line. There's a pump fake. Sidney with it now. He'll pull up. A little bit long on that shot. A lot long. Not a little. Inside. Dreadnought's got a lot of size in there. Huron will come down, but Dreadnought to come away with the ball before it crosses half court. And that's why they tell the big fellas to pass it. Winder was trying to take it all the way inside, dribbles off of his leg, turns the ball over to the River Rats. Looks like that'll be a kick ball. Just 1 minute left on the clock. And that shot will be good there by Garnett.
That was a really great kick by Sidney.
Yeah, it's good moving it around. It's good to see everybody when they get in here get the name in the scoreboard, but actually just playing basketball. That foul's going to be on Dexter going over the back. Huron, Sidney behind the back. He'll try the three, a little bit long. Inside. Garnett again. Man, he's going to help out sometime this year with a three-pointer. I mean, because he's comfortable behind that line. No more fouls here. Maybe even no more shots if you're the River Rats. That ball is going to go out of bounds to Dexter. 17 seconds on the clock. And Dexter inbounded. They'll kick it around the side. That ball again partially blocked on the shot. Good follow up there by Dexter. They'll put that one in. And that will be the final seconds of this game. Well, Soleil, what are some of your final thoughts as we have the River Rats take another dub?
I think really good game for them. I think they came out, had a little rough patch in that first half, but I think coming out into the second one, they were able to pick up from there. And I think with tomorrow making some slight adjustments to that defense, coming out from fresh from the start and having that tenacity with defense and transition. I mean, their transition is pretty good. So keeping that up for tomorrow, I mean, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens indeed, folks. We want to thank everybody for tuning into tonight's game, and also want to thank our crew, both cameramen, Tom up in the stands. We had Devin jumping around all over the place, Devin the dude, and especially my man who directs, produces, and does everything, folks, Mr. Cameron White. So for everybody here from the SPSN crew, we'd like to say thank you once again. Until tomorrow, good night, folks.